Good day. Welcome to your news at noon on Kaieteur Radio. I'm Kevin Smith. Saipem, an Italian multinational oil services company, announced this week that it has been awarded new contracts in Guyana and Egypt totaling approximately $1.2 billion. Saipem said the first contract was awarded by ExxonMobil Guyana for the Oahu Field Development Project, located in the Stabroek Block. The contract scope includes design, fabrication, and installation of subsea structures, risers, flow lines, and umbilicals for a large subsea production facility. Saipem, who was previously awarded other 4 subsea contracts by ExxonMobil Guyana for prior developments in the same area, will perform the operations for the nation's 5th project by using its vessels. Subject to the necessary government approvals, project sanctioned by ExxonMobil Guyana and its Stabroek Block co-venturers, and authorization to proceed with the final phase, the award will still allow Saipem to start some limited activities, namely detailed engineering and procurement. And in other news, the mayor of Georgetown, Ubraj Narain, and opposition member of parliament Sherrod Duncan were on Thursday placed on $200,000 bail on allegations that they attempted to excite ethnic division among citizens, as well as obstructing traffic. Hundreds of market vendors and other supporters of the opposition turned out on Thursday to protest at the Georgetown Magistrates Courts. The protesters chanted, "Free the mayor, jail Jagdeo." Narain and Duncan were greeted with cheers as they exited the courtroom. Protesters expressed their dissatisfaction with the mayor being charged and placed before the courts. We had reported that Mayor Narain and Duncan were arrested on allegations committed during evening hours on Monday, December 12th at Newmarket Street in the vicinity of the Georgetown Public Hospital. Narain and Duncan had gone there that evening to join vendors who were protesting the removal of their mobile food stands and other structures on Newmarket Street by members of the Ministry of Public Works and Police. And meanwhile, a Nigerian man was also on Thursday morning shot after he disarmed and wounded 2 members of the Presidential Guard stationed at State House, the official residence of President Air Finale. The Nigerian national has been identified as 25-year-old Bethel Ekene Chemezi. Reports are that at around 7 hours 30, Chemezi entered a security room located at the southern side of State House facing Carmichael Street and demanded President Ali before pulling a knife and stabbing Talon Pereira, a member of the Presidential Guard, 5 times to the neck and body. Upon seeing the violent attack, other members of the Presidential Guard forces rushed to Pereira's aid, but the intruder managed to disarm a female member of her 9mm pistol and retreated to Carmichael Street and started shooting at the officers. Chemezi was pursued to Newmarket Street, where he was eventually shot. And now let's tell you the Ministry of Public Works has signed a $5 million contract with Cares Engineering Inc. to upgrade the Kingston Goods Wharf ahead of the arrival of the new Northwest Ferry, MV Malaysia. The $12.7 million new passenger and cargo ferry is scheduled to arrive in Guyana after being built in Calcutta, India. At the signing of the contract this week, Minister of Public Works Juan Edgel explained that this is just one of a few wharves that his ministry intends to upgrade in preparation for the vessel. And now let's tell you the government of Guyana has used $998,489 from its $20 million World Bank loan to pay an ExxonMobil contractor to develop analytical geoscience and reservoir engineering software. According to the bank, the contract was signed on October 11th with Schlumberger Guyana Inc., one of Exxon's top clients for oil services here. The contract did not go to open tender. Schlumberger, the world's largest offshore drilling company, was directly selected for the task. It is expected that the software will help Guyana to ensure that the geological, geophysical, and reservoir engineering data provided by Exxon can be validated, utilized, or monetized. With the time now moving on to 12 hours 8 in Guyana, you're listening to Kaieteur Radio. This is your news at noon. We'll return shortly after the break.
Child sexual abuse can stay with a person for life. It can rob them of their childhood. It's an unforgivable, unforgettable, despicable act, and yet children suffer this abuse every day. During these times, we must keep a watch out for children. If you suspect child abuse, report it to the police without delay or call the CPA hotline on 227-0979. Protect children now.
A message from the Child Care and Protection Agency, Ministry of Human Services and Social Security, and UNICEF.
Welcome back. Let's continue with the news. The men accused of carrying out a daring robbery at Kaieteur New Saffron Street, Charleston office back in October were on Thursday further remanded to prison until January 19, 2023. Those on remand are 33-year-old Ryan Wharton, a former Kaieteur News research assistant, 35-year-old Joshua Jr., a Kaieteur News security guard, 25-year-old Ivor Belingi, 23-year-old Lemuel Grant, and 36-year-old Harry Strongster. Grant addressed the court seeking bail on the grounds that he has been on remand for the past 2 months, quote-unquote, suffering in jail. The lawyer for Jr. and Strongster also made another attempt to secure bail for her clients. However, the chief magistrate once again denied the bail applications on the grounds of the gravity of the offense, the prevalence, and public interest. Large-scale cattle farmers from Region 2, Region 3, 4, 5, and 6 signed agreements with the Ministry of Agriculture's Guyana Livestock Development Authority for the use of breeding bulls to improve their stock. In a press statement, the Ministry of Agriculture said the initiative forms part of the agency's genetic improvement program as the government works towards developing the local cattle industry. Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa said 6 to 4 hybrid breeding bulls were brought from Texas to assist with the program. And the Guyana Court of Appeal on Thursday refused an application to overturn a 30-year jail sentence for Isan Germain, who is currently serving time for raping a 15-year-old girl. In March of 2022, Justice Simone Morris Ramlal sentenced him to 20, 25, and 30 years on 3 counts of rape, respectively. All the sentences run concurrently, and Germain has to serve 20 years before becoming eligible for parole. Court records state that on 3 occasions in 2014, Germain raped the teenager. And Bartica resident Kenny Timmerman perished after he lost control of his ATV and crashed into a house on Thursday at Carao Village, Region 7. We understand that the incident, which claimed the life of Timmerman, had left pillion rider 20-year-old Michael Fridku injured, occurred sometime around 10 hours on Thursday. According to police, Timmerman lost control while negotiating a turn and collided with a veranda of a wooden house in the area. The two were picked up and rushed to the Bartica Regional Hospital, where Timmerman was pronounced dead and Fridku was treated and sent away. An investigation into his death is currently ongoing. And at this time, as usual, we close things off with the page 7 of today's Kaieteur newspaper, dedicated to being blunt. It's business as usual. Really? Senior members of the media yesterday took the Guyana Police Force Public Relations Department to task over its limp response to the breaching of State House by a Nigerian national, during which a member of the Presidential Guard was stabbed several times and another disarmed by the intruder. In normal jurisdictions, we would have gotten a serious press statement, not the hastily put together drivel that was sent out by the PR unit. In normal jurisdictions, the president would have made a statement to the nation, not going to a private sector fete on the night of the incident. In normal jurisdictions, the commissioner of police would have held a news conference to brief the media properly on the incident and their immediate assessment of the circumstances, not hosting an award ceremony to reward cops, some of whom do not even deserve the accolades. But we are living a republic that is bereft of good leadership, so anything could happen. We wish the wounded police officer, Talon Pereira, a speedy recovery. And with that, we've come to the end of this week's of your News at Noon. My apologies. I'm Kevin Smith. Thank you for listening.
Want value for your advertising dollar? Then place your ads on Kaieteur Radio's newscasts. Streamed live on 6 different mediums, reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.